Today we are going to complete the last topic, which is immunity and disease. In this session, we will focus on the role of white blood cells, which defend the body against microbes which attack the microbes. So firstly, we must know the structure and the types of white blood cells to understand its function. We know that white blood cells, one of the blood components. The difference between white blood cells and red blood cells, the presence of nucleus. Red blood cells without nucleus, but white blood cells have different shapes of nucleus. So white blood cells characterized by the presence of nucleus and its role to fight the pathogen which causes disease. Types of white blood cells. There are many types of white blood cells, but we will focus on just two types, the very important two types of white blood cells: lymphocytes and phagocytes. Lymphocytes and phagocytes. Firstly, how we can differentiate between lymphocytes and phagocytes?
Nucleus.
Okay, we can differentiate between, both of them by the shape of nucleus. If the nucleus, its shape large, this one, so this type of white blood cells will be lymphocytes. In case of large looped nucleus, it will be phagocytes. So we can differentiate between the types, the two types of, or these two, to be more accurate, these two types of white blood cells, lymphocytes and phagocytes, by the shape of the nucleus. In case of large nucleus, it will be lymphocytes. In case of long looped, it will be phagocytes. Then we can differentiate between both of them in their function. So the function of lymphocytes. Function of lymphocyte secretion or release of antibodies. These antibodies have a specific function to attack a specific pathogen according to its antigen, and we will know the meaning of antigen later. So the function of lymphocytes, releasing of antibodies to attack a specific pathogen. But the function of phagocytes ingest and engulf after surrounding the pathogen inside it and start to secrete digestive enzymes to digest it. For our topic today. How the body defends defenses against different pathogens. We have two lines of defense. two lines of defense, like the football players, the midfielder and the defenders in attack, in back. Firstly, the first line of defense. We have natural barriers. Natural barriers. These two barriers divide into two categories, maybe chemical, maybe mechanical. Let's talk about the chemical barriers. We have 4 and 5 chemical barriers. 5. Ears have waxes. These waxes have the ability to kill the bacteria. Pay attention, please. We talk about chemical barriers. Chemical barriers. The first chemical barriers, or the first line of defense from the chemical barriers, ears. Ears have waxes. These waxes kill bacteria. Next one, eyes. Eyes have tears or secreted tears. Tears have lysosome. Lysosome, this type of organelle secreted digestive enzymes to destroy the cell wall of bacteria. To destroy the cell wall of bacteria. So ears have waxes, kill bacteria. Eyes have tears, contains lysosome enzymes to destroy the bacterial cell wall. The next organ, mouth. Mouth contains salivary glands, and this salivary glands secrete saliva. Saliva contains enzymes. These enzymes have the ability to kill bacteria. So we talked about ears, eyes, mouth. The fourth organ, inside the stomach. We know that stomach secreted acid, HCl, concentration acid, and protease enzyme, gastric juice. This acid kill most of bacteria which swallowed with the food and drinks inside the stomach, which means if the bacteria moved through the mouth without killed, it will be killed inside the stomach. The last one, the nasal cavity, the mucus. Mucus and hairs inside the nasal cavity or nose have the ability to trap the microbes and start to eject up these microbes outside the nasal cavity or outside the nose, and have the mucus have enzymes to kill the bacteria. Rapidly, the first line of defense, the chemical barriers. They are 5 chemical barriers: ears, eyes, mouth, stomach, nose. The ears have waxes. Eyes secreted tears. Mouth contains saliva or have saliva. Stomach secrete acid. Nose have mucus. All of these chemical pairs focus and kill the bacteria. It's clear? Any question?
Clear.
Okay. The second barriers, mechanical one. The mechanical barriers. The skin. We know that our bodies covered with skin. Skin has a thick layer with non-living tissues or non-living cells. These non-living cells or dead cells have protein, a type of protein called keratin. Again, the skin composed of different layers, and you will study the layers of skin next year, inshallah. From this layer, thick layer, which is outside, and this layer composed of dead cells, non-living cells. This non-living cells contains, or this layer contains protein, type of protein called keratin. This keratin stop the different pathogen to penetrate the skin to get into the body. So the first mechanical barrier, skin. Second one, the hairs inside the nose, which traps the dust which carry the pathogen. The last one, scabs. This one sorry. Okay, guys, sorry. Scabs. These scabs formed on the skin after some parts of skin or some tissues of the skin get damaged or cut. These scabs have the ability to stop pathogen to get inside the body. So the mechanical barriers are three: skin as a result of, or the scabs of the skin, the outer layer of the skin, and the hairs inside the nose. It's clear? You must differentiate between the mechanical pairs and chemical pairs. Clear? It's clear, guys?
Yes, Mister.
No.
Second line of defense means the pathogen get into the body or penetrate the first line of defense. Okay, the second line of defense means the pathogen now inside the body, penetrate the first line of defense. So start the role of white blood cells. Firstly, the structure of pathogen. Any pathogen on its surface, chemical substances called antigen. Chemical substances called antigen. This chemical substance, antigen, considered foreign or strange object or particles inside the body. So the body start to detect foreign particles. So it start to secrete antibody. Antibody type or its components or composed of protein, this protein created or synthesis to each pathogen according to the structure of its antigen. So each antibody formed to specific or to attack specific antigen of the pathogen.